Hey everyone, this is myself, Angel Benson, and you're listening to Radio India on Sirius XM. No, you're watching Angel Sudsy Recap. I mean, you could be listening to it, I guess. I don't know. But this is the world where we delve in. No, god damn it, I fucked this up so many times. Let's start over. So, I'm Angel Benton, and you're watching Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and do a few reality shows on the side. But this weekend, it's all about daytime television, so we're going to be talking about Young and the Restless. Okay? So, with Young and FYI, I'm starting to get a pimple right there. It's so annoying. And it's not in my hairline, so I know it's not an ingrown hair. And it's fucking irritating. Why am I still getting acne? I'm not a teenager. Should be. My acne days are over. Although I will say, when I was a teenager, I didn't hardly ever get acne. And you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because my mom scared me shitless. She was like, acne starts to happen when you're 8 years old. Right? So the day I turned 8, I started scrubbing my face every single day. So I never really had an issue with acne ever because I always took really meticulous care of my face ever since I was 8 years old. But in a way, it was kind of good because, I didn't have to. But in a way, it sucks because all it takes is one little pimple like this one to fuck me up. It's annoying. Anyways. Okay, so moving on. So we're going to talk about Young and the Restless. And again, this is the shows for the week ending May 5th. No, not May 5th, May 12th. May 12th. Okay, I'm going to get caught up this weekend, I swear to God, if it's the last thing that I do. Although I do have to go out and pay a bill today, but that's it though. So, and tomorrow I'm doing laundry. But the good thing about doing laundry is that if I do laundry, then that means that I still have time to watch the shows because I can watch them all on my phone, and that is great. Okay, so moving on. So about Young and the Restless. So here's the deal. Soap Opera Digest recently commented on something, and I totally actually agree with them on this. I'm with them on this, and that is that Melody Thomas Scott, who plays Nikki, has really been giving us stellar performances lately. She has been letting us have it, and anytime that I feel like an actor is doing really good, I feel like they should only take half of the credit because half of it has to be the writing too, and vice versa. If an actor is doing awful, it's not all their fault. Probably a lot of it is the writing as well, right? So I have to say that the writing for Nikki has been awesome, and Melody Thomas Scott has really let us have it with the performances. She's really played it really well. So they just mentioned about her fight with Victor and how that is, affecting her, but that's only a part of it, actually. She also, and about her, being a, fierce tigress mama, taking care of her children, yeah, I get all that, right? But she's also demonstrated a maternal instinct with Tessa, and I think that that's great. And it's good because we're going to get to see a little bit of Nikki. And again, this is a good instance on where The Young and the Restless is playing in their past because they have such a rich history, and they're actually delving into their history a little bit. Because I believe next week we will see that Tessa was a stripper, as was Nikki way back in the day, right? And they've talked about it a couple times. And, Nikki's like, I enjoyed being on stage. I enjoyed the attention. I didn't necessarily like taking all my clothes off, but, I did like, performing. And so Tessa got Nikki up on stage at the Underground and had her play keyboards for a song, and everyone loved it. And, it was the whole situation. And then, there was the reveal that Tessa's homeless because, no one noticed she was wearing the same clothes she'd wore the day before, and then Nikki was kind of following her and followed her to her car and saw her change her clothes outside of her car. So it's that kind of stuff that she was like, it's good because we get to see. And then, for example, a couple weeks ago, she had that meeting with Jack, which of course perked Jack's ears up and was like, what is going on with them? Why is Nikki having a meeting with me about getting her mojo back? What's going on between Victor and Nikki, excuse me. And I definitely think that it's been nice to see Nikki have a life outside of Victor, because for too long they have been writing her as basically just an extension of Victor. And don't get me wrong, Victor's a great character, but so is Nikki on her own, right? So so good kudos to you, Melody Thomas Scott. You have done a really good job with this part. It has been awesome. Okay, so another big storyline that's kind of been going on this week is that they have been setting up. Oh my God, they had a cat fight. Wait, before we get into that, they had a cat fight at GC Buzz between Mariah and Hillary. And as far as cat fights go, it wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that wonderful. You want to see a good cat fight? Look on YouTube for Dynasty Alexis versus Crystal. That is like the standard to which all cat fights should be held. But also, if you can find it, look up All My Children, Erica versus Sierra. And that is two daytime powerhouse women, Susan Lucci and Jeannie Francis, going at it in the enchantment offices, and it was phenomenal. So this was, I mean, it was close, but it wasn't that great of a cat fight. Just because you can say the word bitch on television now doesn't make it that much of a better cat fight. I'm just saying. Okay? Anyways, moving on. But I just thought I would mention that. And then there was that whole drama between Hillary and Devon and Hookie. Who gives a shit? I could care less. I really couldn't. So between Hillary and Mariah and all of that crap, that was all going on. But then also, this was kind of like a little minor storyline that was sort of bubbling up, was that they were talking about Dina Mergeron. You know, on one hand, we've got Dina Mergeron, who is starting these ball-busting negotiations with the Hamilton Winters group, right? And on the other hand, we also see Ashley and Jack, and they're fighting, actually, about Dina, about their mother. And Ashley basically hates her mom. And Jack's like, we don't really need a mom, you know, so whatever. If we want to get to know her, that's fine, but I'm not going to be expecting her to be all motherly. It's too late in life for that. So, and they're both kind of right. I mean, Ashley is under no pressure at all to forgive her mother, no matter what Jack might say. She's under no obligation. That's what I mean. She's under no obligation to forgive Dina for anything. And if Jack just wants to get to know her, then Jack should be able to get to know her. I mean, it's all that. The one thing that I do wish would come back to this story is Tracy. Because Tracy Abbott is the other child as well. And Tracy is actually the only girl that is actually John Abbott and Dina's child, right? Because Ashley is actually Dina Mergeron and Brent Davis's child. So that's why, you know, and Ashley knows that, but Jack doesn't know that. And what's her name? I don't think Jack knows that. Maybe Jack might know that, but I don't think so. I think there's only a couple people that know that, and I think that one of them is dead, and no, John never knew. John never knew before he died. One is Dina, one's Ashley, I think one's Victor has found out. I think Victor knows. But I think that's it. I don't know. Maybe Jack knows, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But I definitely don't think that Tracy knows. And Tracy, and maybe that'll be part of the storyline that comes out, is that it comes out that Ashley is not John Abbott's daughter. And, you know, Tracy's the one that has to deal with that. And, you know, it might stir up a whole bunch of emotions for Tracy because, you know, she thought that Ashley was always the favorite, right? And then she grows up and finds out that she might resent Ashley, or she might resent her father. But her father never knew, so I don't think she would hold John Abbott. And plus, John Abbott was such a good guy. I don't think that she would ever hold that against him, but we'll find out. Anyways, so that storyline has been kind of bubbling in her. And Abby has kind of been tiptoeing over the line as well, kind of been like, okay, well, she called Dina to try to put in an offer for Newman Enterprises. And Dina basically told her, oh, you must be new here. You can fuck off. I mean, that's not what she said, but basically it was kind of, she didn't know she was talking to her own granddaughter. And Abby, and to be all fair, Abby couldn't get a word in edgewise. She couldn't say, oh, yeah, sorry. You know, that's, you know, I'm your granddaughter. She didn't have time to say any of that because, you know, Dina basically hung up the phone on her. So, whatever. Anyways, Thank you all so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. And please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can also, what else can you do? You can hit that little subscribe button on YouTube. You can hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless. And you can also hashtag GH to talk General Hospital. Thank you so much, everyone. You have a wonderful night. And peace out. I will talk to you later. Wubba, wubba, wubba.